So if you're just joining us for the first time and you've not known what has been going on the show, we are always live on Facebook and on YouTube. Join the conversation there, like drop your comment, let us know what you would want us to talk about. Like we've talked about a lot of things, but then I believe that there's just room for more and more discussions.
Exactly.
Like what are those things that, you know, the youth, of course, and the reason behind this show is to talk about those things that we're always shying away from. So we just drop your comment and just let us know like that you're with us on this show, because we are not doing it for ourselves alone. It's for you, it's for me, it's for Prue, it's for Anthony, it's just for everybody on and off the set of this show. So yeah, I've already welcomed my beautiful people. Prue, what do you want to say?
Anthony, please stop speaking your half-baked Hausa.
Okay. It's noted, man.
If you speak it, translate it.
Okay, the gaskiya is truth.
Alright.
Then
So
Kena
if
is
you
what?
speak it,
Gaskiya
translate
Kena. What
it.
does Kena mean in Hausa?
I don't know what it means. I have no idea what
This
it
is why I
means.
said your Hausa is half-baked.
Take it.
Thank God
Just
it's
take
not a
it.
Hausa show.
Take it the way you see it.
Exactly.
Alright, I
and
think we
then-
are procrastinating to start the main topic for today, which is procrastination.
Yes.
So
Don't call my
the
name.
power of procrastination. Yeah. And it to be a safety net or a safety way for us to say, you know what are the power, like we can start with how the topic flows and be like, what are the power of procrastination?
Okay, first let's even define what procrastination is, because to some people
it's a big word.
the word procrastination may sound very big to some people. It actually means the act of delaying or putting off something that you are meant to do.
Yeah.
Like probably you are putting, there's the tendency of you putting that thing off is to the fact that you feel maybe you are good at what you're supposed to do, so anytime I can do it and meet up with the target and all of that. And then delaying is to the fact that, okay, must I do it now? Like, can't I do it later?
Yeah.
It's not me. Like that kind of you having faith in yourself, you believing in yourself that, okay, even at a close time,
You
I can
work
do.
under pressure, so
I can do it. So
I can do it. 10 hours job in 2 hours. Let me just keep chilling.
You know what I just thought of is what a colleague once said. He said, the illusion that I have.
Do you know, funny enough, like I have it down here, and it's funny because we don't call names here, but you know why it's funny. But
I
then,
know, I get
I am lost.
No, the
Okay, don't
illusion
worry.
that I have time.
We'll explain it to you after
the
the
show.
show. And on the
Okay.
show that we can't
can't
explain
do
it
that.
to you, right? But yes, Prue, you're saying
Yeah, so he explained it as the illusion that I have
time, yeah.
and that's what a lot of us are doing.
Like it's common among all, like almost everybody. We feel we can do it and we can meet up with the time, and sometimes we don't really meet up with it, or sometimes we even get so carried away that we don't even do it at all. That's the power of
I think
procrastination.
it's more like, it's not that you want to, you think that you're going to meet up. No, it is more like you always think that you still have time to do it.
Yes,
I think that's what procrastination is all about. It makes you feel you have time.
And
that's
then-
the power it has over us. The power that it makes you think or feel that you do have time, whereas you don't. You don't. That's the number one part. Like it controls your time.
Yeah.
Procrastination, like, is that powerful that it controls your time to making you think you have time and you don't have it.
Yeah,
and then it prompts laziness too, because you'll be lazy in the sense that you feel, okay, if it's like in terms of creating limit beliefs, you'll be like, I'm not supposed to do this, or probably I'm not good at this, so why would I have to necessarily do it? Must I have to do it when I feel I can't do it? Like already you are trying to create a limit for yourself. And that's just the power of procrastination. It's not because you can't do it, but because of the fact that you already have created boundaries for yourself. Because you feel you are not equal to that task, or probably you feel you are not good enough for that task or for that particular thing. Is the reason why you are being lazy and creating a limit to yourself. But then sometimes we lose opportunities because we feel we can't do this, because we feel we are not equal to the task, or maybe we feel we're not capable. But then it's not just because of the fact that we are not really equal to that task, but it's just for the sake of we procrastinating things.
You know, procrastination.
And that's how it can affect us.
Procrastination is not that you're not equal to the task. For me,
No, I'm saying you will
I'm
feel.
just saying it doesn't make you feel like that. Let me
Okay,
get
tell us more.
Okay, I'm telling you because
Okay, I just want to understand.
Everybody procrastinates. That's why I know.
Before you say your point, right? I think this is Anthony's opinion
Yes.
of how he sees procrastination, perhaps from his own view that, you know what, I keep postponing and moving time because I sometimes I feel I can't do it, or I've had few instances like that where because I feel the task was like too big, I kept on moving it. I kept on procrastinating. I felt it would take more time, more effort, more everything, and that thought made me to procrastinate rather than doing it at that
Then
time.
you lose the
So
opportunity.
in some extent, your capacity for a work can also make you procrastinate. How much you can deliver or not to some extent.
Okay, so what
So
I'm
my point.
saying is, in my own case, as I said, I don't think, because that's for me. I'm
For
talking
you,
about
yeah,
me.
exactly.
For me, reverse is the case. If I think that it is easy to do, then I keep on saying, no, I'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
Or
just
something
say,
like that.
yeah.
It's just, I'll just wake up and do it now. Like,
True.
what's the worry? But if
Yeah.
I know that I don't know it, I'll start it early. That's it for me.
Are you sure?
Hey.
No, I just want to know. I
just laughed in the language. I don't know.
I needed to call your attention back. Maybe you are going off the boundary of what
She's
you're
talking
not supposed
about
to say.
herself, so she's
Eh.
sure.
We'll go and do research. We'll go and do some
Okay, you know
observations at home
what's
to see if
interesting is that
you're telling
I
us
don't
the
need
truth or
to
not.
defend myself.
Exactly.
But I'll just tell you, in case you meet my mom or my younger sister, you can ask them that.
Okay.
They'll give you
That you do things
affirmation.
that you do.
That is when I
exactly.
know that I can do it.
Yeah, that you like
That I
procrastinate
But
and
when you know you can't do it, you start doing it.
I'll wake up
early.
to do it early so that I will know that I will get a result at the end of
Well,
the
that's
day.
your own.
And I think that's because some people who are like me, you want everything to be perfect. So you for something that you cannot do, you focus your attention, you channel your energy to do it. But for something that you're so sure you will do it, and you think that even in the smallest time that you have, you can do it to perfection, you just keep on telling yourself, I'll just do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll just do it tomorrow.
But you see, like we were saying, and I wanted to say this, like building up on some of the power of procrastination over us, is not only does it make us feel we have time, but it takes away time from us. Now imagine when you have a task where you could build yourself up and you refuse to, or you take time or keep shifting what you're supposed to do at a time, and whatever is the other thing you're feeling into your gap is probably not yielding much productivity for you. Now it takes away time in the sense that if you had done this job at the time you're supposed to do it, you would have had enough time to accommodate other things, to learn new skills, to do other things, but you're not able to do it. So it takes away your time. Now, in this case, if I would agree with you that that is procrastination, and we're supposed to learn to be a better public speaker, you run away from it. The time in which you're supposed to put into learning how to be a good speaker, you don't have that time anymore because you didn't even practice to be an average.
And which is
more of
why
a
I said
good one.
sometimes it causes one to lose opportunities. Opportunities
Oh,
are to either
definitely,
work
yes,
on
yes,
yourself.
procrastination.
That's from the angle I'm coming from.
Okay,
Yeah,
but you
but this
said
is
you've
not
collected the
losing an
preaching already now.
So as not to yab or to
That is
disappoint
not-
them, now definitely I don't want to.
See, that's a
different.
nasty
If you collect
thing
it-
to do.
Yeah, very much.
Prudence and Rachel,
Don't
please, this show is not about me. Let's continue,
No,
please.
I'm just saying, in
You're
case
in the
somebody out
middle
there
for
is
some
thinking
reason.
like,
Because I'm
so
sweating right
just
now.
get it left, right,
I'm just saying, in
center.
case that someone is thinking like you do,
Okay.
that is
Yeah.
the nastiest thing to
True,
do.
true.
To
If
accept
anybody-
something that you know you are not capable of doing instead of giving somebody else the opportunity to do it. That's nasty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy
So,
nasty.
my people, is procrastination a sin or not?
Of course, it's a sin now, and
How?
it's
Don't just say, of course, it's a sin. You must give me instances
that's what
to where
I
it's a sin.
want to explain.
I don't
Now,
know.
procrastination doesn't only affect your life, doesn't affect your productivity, doesn't affect your happiness, but it as well affect your mental being.
Is that what makes
So
it a
that's
sin?
Yes, anything that makes you to feel uncomfortable.
What?
Be uncomfortable.
Anthony, do you know what something? Do you know what? I want you to
You keep on confusing me at every step of this show. I'm like,
Now where I just realized that like there's I like we're missing anytime Anthony's on and we have more laughs with him here, like, and I enjoy it because you always have a weird angle to things. And the funny thing is that in as much as your angle always feels beat around the bush kind of angle, never straightforward, it always
That's
gets
because
us
I'm
to-
not so straightforward.
Okay, be confessing to your sheepishness.
Okay.
We still end up landing towards like a direction either way, regardless of how you bring a point. But however, this one that you just talk,
You want to just talk like
I want you
this?
to pimp and well, make I understand. So I'm just saying, let Anthony pimp it well. Let me understand, like, what angle are you coming from with the example you just made? Because I asked the question, is procrastination sin or not? So I just want to understand, like, from this angle you gave, like, how is it sin? You were saying something and we kind of cut you. So sorry. Let's hear you.
You know, anything that makes you how do I put this? Anything that makes you feel like you within your conscience, you know what you are doing is not right. Like you feel there are better ways of achieving what you're supposed to do and all. I feel, to me, that's a sin,
I agree with you.
because your conscience will tell you your conscience should be able to differentiate between
It's
what is
true.
good and what is bad.
It's the same thing
So if
with
your
like,
conscience will tell you that this thing that you're doing, you're not doing it right, or
Right.
probably you're supposed to do more,
Yeah.
you should know that thing is, there's a problem and you
You're
need to
right.
improve on yourself. So
True.
that's where
Like-
I'm coming from.
okay, for
True,
that very
true.
point, but makes sense.
yeah, true.
But let me
I just told you I'm not a straightforward person.
okay, let me say my own now.
Okay.
Wait,
Alright.
no, it's not on the show. I
Oh
don't.
yeah. Talk.
Talk.
For me, but
Yeah.
when I'm procrastinating, I never do that. But that, no, in fact, most of the times when you're procrastinating, a lot of times it doesn't ring in your head that what you're doing is the wrong thing. Is when you reach the deadline, then it begins to prick your
Maybe
conscience.
to you that's for you, but
No, that's what happens most.
No, that's how it happens. It's not just for her, but that's how it happens.
It's like you keep
You know,
on
one
saying,
thing about
you know,
sin-
you're
one thing
living.
about sin-
It's
no,
not.
sorry,
it's
I'm
not
cutting you.
sin.
One thing about
Wait,
sin-
it's not
okay.
sin at this point because you're living in an illusion that you still have time. So your mindset is still telling you, I still have time.
Still have
I
time, so
can
you don't
do
feel
it.
you're
I'm going to
hurting
do it.
But she's
anything.
talking
It
about
doesn't look like you're.
procrastination
No,
is
let me
sin.
land, guy.
Okay.
I allowed you to land.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like I agreed with you totally.
Hi.
Talk.
I like
Thank
this
you very
energy. I am let's go.
So you keep on living in the illusion that you still have time. I have time. I have time. I'm going to make up to it. I'm going to make up for it. It's just 2 days. No, it's just one day. I still have 1 day. I can do this thing in like an hour.
Yeah.
And then the hour comes and you see that you have not met your deadline. That is when it dawned on you, or it dawns on you that what you were doing in the first place was wrong.
True.
So for me, I'm not so sure I'm going to conclude that it is sin. But yes, it's true that if you know what is right and you don't do it, to you it is sin. That's very true. It says so in the Bible. However, I don't know. I know that it is detrimental to your productivity, detrimental
It
to
is.
you yourself.
Yeah.
The how your end, what you give at the end of the day, what you give out, what your essence is at the end of the day, it's detrimental to that. However, I'm not so sure if I should say it is sin.
It's a sin or not. Okay.
Okay, let me say something.
Yeah, what
about
were you
that.
trying to say, Auntie?
No, I was trying to say that, you know, the Bible says, I can't really, I won't be able to quote it directly,
just
the way it is, but I'll
paraphrase
paraphrase.
it.
Now, he said, anything that you're comfortable doing, anything that's sin, that's sin. Sin is something that, like, it easily excites you to do. You easily find comfort in doing it. And without any effort being placed to whatever thing you are doing, and you doing it
Yeah,
effortlessly.
very difficult.
No, sin
No,
is
I'm
very
just
attractive.
adding that
Like,
some things are very difficult.
Of course, yes, but sin is usually more attractive and more exciting to do than
Like a
doing
quick
what is
way to
appropriate.
something.
Yeah, to do the appropriate thing, and that's where the procrastination comes in. Because whenever you are procrastinating things, either you are doing something that is insignificant, something that when you are doing something that is not right, something that when you are doing something that you're not supposed to do at that particular time, but for the fact that you are finding comfort, you are finding excitement in doing it, that makes it a sin.
All right. So, Anthony, right? Okay. So, this is from the first example you gave as sin, right? Concerning you feeling it in your body that you're supposed to be doing this and you're not doing it. And why I said that's true is because it's just like if you're abusing substance, for example, you know that you're not supposed to be doing this, or maybe you're a liar, you're just a pathetic liar, and you just lie even for no reason, for example, and you are lying, and you know that your actions indirectly or directly will definitely affect someone, is definitely a sin. And even your consciousness, the fact that your consciousness is telling you that what you're doing is not right, because aside from the illusion, no doubt about that, okay, there are times where you know that this is a job I'm supposed to be doing now, but for some reason you're not doing it. There are situations like that where you know you're supposed to do it. In instances like these, I see procrastination as sin. And whether we like it or not, the end result of whatever project you're being given, if this is a job that could be well done in 5 hours and come out perfectly, but because you procrastinated, because you feel you're a pro. Now don't forget that regardless of how much of a pro you are, if the perfection of this thing is 5 hours, no matter how much of a professional you are, you can't get the perfection in 2 hours. So as long as the end product you give in that 2 hours is not good enough, even if you've met your deadline, even if you've delivered, that's a sin. Because what about quality? What about what is expected of you at the end of it? Because now this product that you have given is not up to standard, and the user may not consume it and enjoy it the way that person is supposed to. So that's a sin, because your action indirectly have affected somebody out there, be it directly or indirectly or something like that. So in general, I feel anything that will take your time as a believer, because time is precious. Sometimes we even procrastinate to pray, and before you know it, you're tired and you're asleep and you didn't do the prayer because you kept on telling yourself, I will do it by 9 o'clock, let me just finish, I will pray by 10 o'clock. Then by the time sleep have started knocking you off 11 o'clock, you just go and sleep, and then you end up not praying. That's how bad procrastination is.
Let me quote this Bible to add up to what you are saying.
All right.
Proverbs chapter 6 verse 4 says that, said, don't put it off, do it now. Don't rest until you do it. So I'm just trying to add up to the fact that, okay, if you're supposed to pray, or you're supposed to do something that is expected of you, don't say you will do it later. The essence of you doing it now is better than you keeping it off until afterwards or so, because there's every tendency of you not even doing it afterwards. So why don't you do it now that you're not doing anything? There is something that I usually, or that is likely to victimize me in terms of procrastination, and that's washing of clothes. I procrastinate washing of clothes a lot.
Some people don't just like do and get money, buy washing machine and just be dropping it inside the machine.
Or you can just decide.
As in, my procrastination in washing clothes is that bad to the extent, even in the middle of the night around 2 a.m. I can say I'll wake up and watch it.
And you know what?
Of course, I know I will not do it, but for the fact that that's my weakness.
This one sounds more like you hate laundry more than procrastination. Okay, so I also have Proverbs chapter 10 verse 5 here, and I got it from the Message version. It says, make hay while the sun shines, and it says that's smart. Go fishing during harvest. That's stupid.
How is that stupid?
Why would you go fishing when it's time for harvest?
Okay, that's where you're saying.
That's stupid. So make hay when the sun shines. I think the whole aim of procrastination is making time work for you. Like, that's the power procrastination have on you. It takes time away from you, that time doesn't work for you the way it's supposed to. And as believers, we are supposed to make hay while the sun shines. It's just like we're all at our peak. We're youth, we're young. This is the time we're supposed to hustle like crazy. But we still have youth who are sitting down and feeling manna will fall on the ground, will hit one jackpot here or there, and tomorrow you wake up, you're 40, you haven't started a family yet, and you now start feeling all hell is losing and everything is just crashing down for you. Yeah,
I've been to this wedding, like a very close friend of mine.
Yeah,
like, is that irresponsible to the extent that, like, he was actually planning to get married. Then on the Friday, that's on the marriage, the wedding eve, he was not having the normal cap, this traditional cap that we're supposed to wear now. He was not having money. He doesn't have money, and yet he wants to get married. That is, he felt his dad was supposed to take responsibility for everything.
Yeah.
So for him to even get a cap for that traditional, for the traditional wears, it was his dad that had to go and buy the cap for him that evening. So I was then imagining, like, if your dad would be the one to buy virtually everything for you. That is, when you get married eventually, you will not take care of your wife then.
So you feel he procrastinated all these years? He didn't hold
No, to me, that's just laziness.
Okay.
That's laziness, because that's what sometimes procrastination results you to being. It results you to be a lazy type or a lazy person.
Yeah, sure. When you procrastinate, you become lazy and all of that. Yeah.
And that's what.
But what I'm trying to say is, as youth, we should know our time. There's just, even when it comes to worshiping God, I believe that this is one of there are so many proverbs that have to talk about doing things when it's morning, because very soon it's going to be dark and you can't see anything. It's all about worshiping God. I believe if you're a youth sitting down there and you feel there's going to be a better time, that you'll be more dedicated to service unto God, you'll be more dedicated into doing the things of God, then you're getting it wrong.
Exactly.
Don't procrastinate. Don't say, yeah, next year I'll start. Don't say, oh, yeah, next month I will start being a part of the band. Oh, next year I'll join the prayer band. Oh, next week. Or now is the time. First of all, you don't have time. You don't, because it's not in your hands. Literally, you can fall dead now. Yes, you literally don't have time in your hands. We just have a clock, right? To just tell us it's morning, it's time to eat or something like that, but nobody actually has time. Yeah, so for that alone, don't procrastinate, because in your grave, you won't be able to worship God. You won't be able to do anything. So do it now. Do everything you want to do now. And I don't know which billionaire said so, but then he says, work, right? Like, okay, you want to make 100 billion, right? In 10 years. Work hard for that 10 billion like it's going to happen in a year. Like, that's how crazy you should put in the effort. Like, don't wait and say, gradually, this year I will do small work.
The next 2 years.
No, if you can do the hard work now, do it all as if the billions will fall now. That's how to work. So don't wait. Like, do all the hard work now, most especially to us youth. Everything you want to do, do it now. You're not even sure you'll be healthy tomorrow.
Yeah, I actually remember one childhood song. Do it now, whatever you have to do, do it now. Procrastination.
I've never had a procrastination song before, but yes, so it is a thief of time.
You're just allowing yourself steal the time that you have. When you procrastinate. And personally, I love this saying that says, don't live for tomorrow what is for today.
For today, yeah.
So if it is for today,
do it today.
I'm saying that I love it too. It's not like I'm very guilty. I am very guilty. In fact, I did that just over the weekend. I kept on telling them, no, do it tomorrow. No problem. I'm just going. It's not just to do this. It's straight.
It's common to everybody.
And I think we're all guilty of procrastinating.
I kept on saying it. I just hope that after this episode, I'm going to go and
touch you and you become a born again Christian.
I said something about procrastination affecting one, even mentally. Now, in regards to that, this is how it affects one mentally. Like, it tends to lower your self-esteem.
Okay.
In the sense that you will lose confidence in yourself.
Okay.
And this is what I mean.
But it's something you can always do something about. I mean, if you procrastinate, stop procrastinating. I'm giving a solution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in areas of lowering of self-esteem, there are some certain things that you are equal to. I think I've said this before.
About, like now today.
Yeah. I think I said it right now about you being equal to a task.
Procrastinating because you're not equal to the task.
So that thing affects you because you will start lacking confidence in yourself. There are some certain things that you would want to do, but for the fact that confidence is no longer there, for the fact that you've already looked down on yourself, that I don't think I can do this. That's one thing that affects you mentally as regards procrastination. And aside from that, it makes one lose reputation too as a person.
No, obviously, if you don't keep
because people
to
will
your
feel
words.
keep feeling as if you are failing on your promises, and people will not want to work with you because they will see you as if you are not
So
serious.
when you give a deadline and you don't come through, and you just
they'll
say,
be like, even if we give it to you, you don't want to come and clean up the mess. So what's the essence of
yeah, and this is
entrusting
one of
something to you?
this is one of the very effect, like one of the very bad effect, most especially if you're a business person and like people rely on you. You are supposed to keep to time. The moment you procrastinate, you drive away like future customers and even the current one. And I don't think we have much time, guys. Like we've talked, and
spent time.
Yeah, our time is like fast spent, and we have our reggae rhythm that we love so much. So yeah, all right. So until next time, beautiful people.